Hello and welcome back to another Out of Spec Reviews video. I've got my new friend Max here, who is with eLoaded.
Hey guys.
And yeah, they are kind of responsible for all the underlying technology of this whole area. So I wanted to get a little bit more of a deep dive. Kyle kind of showed you the rough idea of everything because we just drove by and we were like, oh my gosh, we have to film this. So Kyle filmed it. The CEO of eLoaded watched it and reached out and connected me with Max, and there's some other guys as well that we'll hopefully make videos with in the future. Just looking at the underlying technology and how it all comes together, because this is absolutely fascinating. We'll show you around. So Max, first of all, over here, new construction, we can't talk about it, can we? But in a few months, maybe.
Not at the moment, but I think in September you will get some information.
See something very exciting. Yeah, so that's a teaser. Yeah, really cool to see so many Tesla charge points. Of course, that's really managed by Tesla, is that right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but you guys manage all this stuff. And these are actually two of the high power chargers, 420 kilowatt up to that, but they're currently rated down a bit, is that right?
Yeah, right. So you can charge 560 kilowatt there. So it's the top, but now they are downrated at 300 kilowatt.
Okay, but a lot of room for future proofing, which we'll talk about in a bit. Couple Ioniq 6s there. Can't really show too much of those either, but at least in the US, we won't get those for a while. Nice Taycan over there. Looks really good. All right, so we are over here. Obviously, the charging station is over there. Looks amazing. Like, we need this in America, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
But can you talk to me about some of the cooling strategy? Because obviously all these DC fast chargers need liquid cooling to maintain the heat.
Yeah. So we use the heat waste from the chargers to heat the building.
To keep everything cool, or in the summer as well, you use the ground? Like,
in summer we use the ground to bring the heat away. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And then, what's all the piping in here?
The piping in here is to bring the heat waste to the building over there and also to the ground in summer.
This is wild. And what is this?
It's just for buffering the heat.
Awesome. Yeah, all the things behind the scenes that no one ever thinks of. Yeah, and then what's in the next cabinet over?
In the next cabinet, there is the DC sources, which bring the power to the chargers over there, so we can have a look.
And this is 3.6 megawatts total?
Yeah, the total area has 3.6 megawatts, and for the eLoaded chargers, and 1.2 megawatts for the Tesla chargers.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And there you can see the power supply called DC source for the eLoaded chargers. These three are 1.2 megawatt, and in this cabinets there are the other ones.
Yeah, so these specifically are for these posts here,
right?
All around, and then other cabinets for the bigger ones.
Yeah, right.
And these are all, I guess, what's the capacity, the charging capability for these posts out, the bigger ones? Is that 300 kilowatt?
For each one?
Yeah.
It's up to 560 kilowatt.
Okay.
But now they are at 300 kilowatt.
Yeah, so they're currently less, but they can be made more in the future.
Yeah, right.
So the whole idea, so how is this whole area future-proofed for the future with more and more cars? Because right now you never see everything taken. You've seen a lot of cars here though, like 11 Teslas and I don't know, a couple dozen other cars charging. 10 Taycans, you said?
Yeah, right. So we're ready for the future because we can bring 6 more cabinets like this here at this park and share the power. So we can bring 6 cabinets with a lot of more trafos and DC sources to bring the power which is needed.
Awesome, yeah. So right now if every single spot was to be taken, they wouldn't be able to put out maximum capacity, but in the future when more and more people are using these, then you can bring it up.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. And then up on the roof you said is grass, right?
Yeah, right.
Why is it grass?
So in Germany you have the problem if you reduce any green base or something like that, you have to bring another green base. So at the moment there's grass, but Sortimo has its photovoltaic
Yeah.
on their own buildings, and they bring power here to charge the cars.
Okay, so the grid is connected here to their buildings over
Yeah,
there.
right.
And then you have grid connections to the whole area around here, Zusmarhausen.
Yeah, there's a grid connection, but the 20,000 voltage grid here is from Sortimo.
Okay.
They have their own grid, and there's a station where they connect to the grid from Zusmarhausen.
Awesome. So right over here in front, there's actually pipes running underground, right?
Yeah,
with
right.
with cables. How many cables?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
And that can basically future-proof adding more chargers. So you have already, what, 72, 74?
74.
74 charging spots right now with the capacity for more. You see these little stones, see if I can point it right there. Those stone things, all of those can be future chargers over there as well. So just everything had future in mind, right?
Yeah, we are prepared for the future. So in the end, we can charge 144 cars here.
144 cars in the future. That's incredible. And it started being built around 2017, which back then we had way fewer cars. So
Yeah,
you were just
right.
like on a project thinking, wow, this is overkill. And now it's
So-
like, well, maybe not.
Yeah, it's like this. I was very confused and thought this was too much, but now I'm sure that this is the right way
Yep.
and it's the future.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of these pop up. So something really cool about this station is it's fairly welcoming, and I mean, people are intrigued, right? You probably get people driving by and they're like, what is this place? Because it looks kind of, I don't know, futuristic, like how the world would be if we never got rid of cursive, you know, those kind of jokes. And the big thing you mentioned to me is safety, because this is lit. I mean, at night, it's very lit up and there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, right.
Is that kind of a solution you see with charging safety? Because that's a concern a lot of people have, whether it's stops on the Autobahn or over in America, we have charging in the back of sketchy parking lots at night.
Yeah.
What do you see as a good solution for safety?
I think it's very important to bring the people a feeling of safety. So we have the cameras you mentioned and the lighting everywhere. It's very bright here, and I think it's the people, they have a good feeling if they are charging here.
Yeah.
It's very important.
And something else we've kind of wondered ourselves is, you know, with these chargers, you basically have the cable plugged in and it's kind of locked to the car. If it was a very unsafe situation, do you think we need to have an eject button in the car, like eject the cable out and then you can drive off? Or how would we solve that? I know it's not your problem per se, but I don't know. What do you think could happen with that?
So I'm not sure. I never thought in this direction, but I think it's okay. You can, in worst case, jump in your car and lock it,
Yep.
and you can call the police or something like that. And
Yeah.
you also see the cameras, and I think they will
Yeah. I
bring
think
safety.
Yeah, places like this would prevent that from even being something in the first place, because it is more public, you have more chargers, so the capacity for more cars to actually show up. And
Yeah.
as long as there's people around, less likelihood of crime. That's what I think. Well, Max, I really appreciate you kind of showing us some of the architecture and how this all runs behind the scenes. And of course, like you said, it's future-proofed to quite an extent. And so in the coming months and years, we could see more, I guess, cubbies for more power generation, and the power could be ramped up if need be, or just help support a bigger load. How do you really do the load sharing? I guess the voltage could be dropped by 35 kilowatt increments just for each car. Is that right?
The power can be dropped
Power,
by
yeah.
35 kilowatt.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. And but only if we share from one charging point to the other,
Yeah.
the voltage. If we have to drop the whole voltage, we can go in little steps like 1 kilowatt.
Okay.
There will be no problem.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fascinating new future, and it's just good. And I mean, I learn every time I do any sort of these videos, especially with people like you, who this is your profession.
Yeah.
Because there's so many people, the general public, who doesn't maybe know the terminology kilowatt versus kilowatt hour, or how kilowatt is calculated with the
Yeah.
voltage and the amperage and everything. So it's good to get more and more of this information out to the public and make some of these terms everyday words.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really appreciate you showing us around, and hopefully we can get some time in Ionic 6 pretty soon. And yeah, lots of cool, fun, and new exciting things. Of course, the construction over there. We'll be back in a few months to check that out, I'm hoping. And yeah, we'll see you all in another episode very soon. Leave comments with what else you'd want to know, because we want to be kind of long-term friends with these guys and see their development, because more stations like this will come. That's just something else he also couldn't tell me specifics about. So that's why you have to stay tuned. So like, subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.
So bye.